to the Cinemagic Preview Show. On this edition we'll be reviewing the Icelandic comedy, The County.
Hvenær fórum við síðast í frí? Það eru 3 ár. Ha?
Varstu að missa manniðinn? Við hjá kaupfélaginu, við stöndum hér.
Mér líður eins og hann hafi svikið mig. Skilið mig eftir í einhverju skuldasúpu með kaupfélagið andandi ofan í hálsmál á mér. Ég skrifaði grein daginn spillinguna innan kaupfélagsins.
Einhverjir sem vilja... Mér langar að ræða þessum girðingar.
Samfélag sjúkt.
Það búið að loka reikningum.
Ruglið? Þetta mafía.
Við ættum að leyfa þér að fara á hausinn.
Ef þú ætlar að búa hérna áfram, þá skal þú fara að hugsa þinn ganglíkuna.
Það eru félag. Við bændur tökum aftur völdin í okkar hendur.
Hún er snarvillis. Er þetta eitthvað grín? Það held ég ekki. Nú erum við að grínast mikið undanfarið.
What do our young Cinemagic reviewers think?
My name is Morgyn Lutton, and this is the Cinemagic Preview Show. Today I'm reviewing a film called The County. It's an Icelandic film, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever seen an Icelandic film before. It's by director, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Grímur Hákonarson. The film is about a woman, a dairy farmer, who after a tragic loss decides to rise up and take a stand against the local cooperative who are corrupt and exploitative over her community. There are some subtle nods to the likes of 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, with a boiler suit wearing, strong leading woman at the core of the story. However, the action is transplanted from the dry lands of the Midwest of America to the unforgiving, icy Icelandic countryside. Inga is a brilliant lead character. She's strong, she's determined, she's intelligent, and the acting throughout the film from all the characters is fantastic. The opening of the film is fantastically concise and atmospheric. It sets up the story, the landscape and the characters and their relationships so well, and it's so easy to get invested into. The settings are brilliant. You're completely convinced that this is real life, a real place with real people, and the mise-en-scène is so cemented in reality that I think it really grounds the tone and the atmosphere of the film. It's beautiful to look at, despite the setting being intentionally rugged, and the houses and the farms are cluttered and messy, but I think that's why it's beautiful. It feels real, and the shots and the lighting, it all works together to tell this very human story. The pace maybe slows a little towards the end of the film, but it is a slow and thoughtful, compelling story, and you're totally rooting for the protagonist to succeed.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Cleary, and today I'm going to be reviewing the preview of the Icelandic film, The County. The shot compositions suited the tone of the film. Sometimes they were very stark and had a cool tone, and they were very composed, whereas they compared that to some more handheld stuff when we got into Inga's character more. I noticed that there was a very clear lack of a score and instrumentals throughout the thing, only appearing at certain moments, which made them more powerful and as they would appear in everyday life, as I think they were kind of going for that feeling. But what I really liked most about the story was the main character herself. I thought the actress Arndís Hrund Helgadóttir, forgive me if I'm butchering it again, her performance was brilliant because she carried the whole film. It's all her story, as she is quiet but is fighting so hard inside and figuring out how to follow her own dreams. Had echoed energies of Mildred Hayes, Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and also Erin Brockovich. I thought that was very cool, and I got those vibes from her. And I just thought she was fabulous. Maybe it's just what I'm used to as someone younger, but I I guess I've come to expect a lot of fast-paced like energy in a film, so it was kind of hard for me to connect to the story immediately, as it like was very slowly like unfolding and the plot was just slowly revealing itself. Maybe that's just a testament to Icelandic filmmaking, and I'm very excited to learn more about it.
Hi, I'm Cara McKernon and welcome to the Cinemagic Preview Show. On this edition, I'll be reviewing the Icelandic comedy, The County. The film, in my opinion, would have to be a comedy, and then that comedy reminisces with me more than any other form of comedy because it's very dry, and people from England and Northern Ireland would enjoy that way more than American comedy that is sort of like slapstick funny. The locations used in the film were stunningly beautiful, and when they use the wide shots to show off how fast they are, it really does make you feel like you're in a small town in the middle of nowhere. The film is family friendly in my opinion, and I feel like anyone can go see it. However, it does have a 12A on their audience rating. I really did enjoy it and it made me laugh and smile at it. However, I do feel like it could have been colour graded a bit better and a bit more to the comedy side. But I do understand that they're in the middle of Iceland and they're trying to put that drabby feel to it. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you tune in next week. Our industry corner guest this week is writer and director William McGregor.
So I guess I made a short film called Who's Afraid of Water Sprite when I was a student. That led to me being signed to an agent. It was seen by producer Hilary Bevan-Jones, who then, in 2010, we started working on my feature film Gwen. At the same time I kept making short films. I made a short film called No Escape, which was part of a sci-fi 48-hour film challenge, which resulted in me in being signed to The Mill as a commercial director. And I made another short film called Bovine, which went to the Berlin Film Festival. Met Lizzie Frankie, who's an exec producer at the BFI. They became involved in the development process on Gwen. I also then, through my agent, interviewed for a number of TV shows. A couple I didn't get just because I was sort of learning how to interview. I remember a particularly bad one for Skins, which I completely ruined, but in getting that wrong, I hopefully learned how not to do it, and then managed to get Misfits. That was a big break which sort of got me going in TV and led to Poldark. It led to One of Us and His Dark Materials, and I sort of learned and improved, and that really I think all came together. The commercials, my short films, the TV drama, and the people that I've met along the way in order to really have my first feature film, Gwen. So I feel very fortunate about that, and I feel big breaks are actually about lots of smaller breaks that come together hopefully to achieve something. Production is a fairly intense period, and it could be from 5 weeks as it was with Gwen, 10 weeks as it was with Poldark, and I think really you want to arrive early, you get to breakfast early, and you find a quiet corner, you sit down and you read through your prep and you catch up with your DOP and your AD, just so they can get the ball moving. Hopefully you've already sort of done a lot of the work, but there might be finer detail that you sort of come across on the day. I'll then go and sort of see some of the cast members and talk through material for the day that I don't want to talk about on set, or just say hello really. And then I try and get to set early, again just sort of soak up the space, get a feel for what we're going to do that day, and visualize it, think it through. You really need to start the day without having lost any time, because it's such a challenge that you don't want to be already behind before you've got going, and you are then laying track in front of a moving train for the rest of the day, just trying to get to wrap having completed the day. But I would also say it's not just about shooting the day and getting the material, it's about doing it in a way that tells a story and that emotionally connects with what you're trying to say as a part of the the script that you're shooting that day. So yeah, although sometimes it just feels like you need to be hoovering this stuff up, especially in TV with that sort of what you expected to shoot in a day up to like 6 pages or so, you need to really make sure you're not just ticking boxes, and that you are telling that story in a way that's unique to that script, how you use the camera and how you work with your blocking and things like that. I actually hate ensemble scenes sat around a table, so I just think, especially in TV drama, there'll always be that one scene where you've got all your cast together, all sat around a dinner scene, whatever it is. And from an eye lines point of view and from just a logistical point of view, it's not the most fun thing to do as a filmmaker. There's often no movement to motivate the camera, or you can't play with blocking, and you've got all these perspectives to cover. I really love storytelling when you're seeing it through the eyes of the character and you're just with that one individual, whether you're being objective or subjective. Psychologically you're in their headspace, and that really leans into a cinematic style of storytelling. And often just sat around a table a load of characters covering eyelines doesn't do that. That said, you know, Sidney Lumet was a master of it. 12 Angry Men, an entire film that does that. So I think there's always ways to improve and like take those challenges on, but I find those scenes difficult. It's definitely Gwen, getting to do my debut feature film. You know, I love the craft of being a director. I love being on set, but I think being able to tell your own stories in your own way, I think is a real sort of just a pleasure and just really nourishing, and it's like what I love to do. So yeah, I think Gwen is the closest to making short films really, just sort of having your own voice and being able to tell stories in your own way. So I absolutely love that, and hopefully it's something that I can sort of carry on doing. You know, I want to keep writing and directing my own material. So yeah, I love that experience, and hopefully I get to keep doing it. I think I'll probably cover this a little bit in my big breaks bit. It's really just about realising that everyone fails, everyone gets criticism, everyone makes a lot of mistakes. So just get that out of the system and realise it's going to happen, and just make films and meet people and talk to people and collaborate, and just think the more you can be doing to be heading to film festivals and making your own work, you know, the better filmmaker you're going to become. So yeah, just remember that it's going to be hard work, but just don't let anyone tell you can't do it. This is William McGregor. I am a writer and director, and this is the Cinemagic preview show.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.